I don't know. Gut feeling.
Just say that I have this gut feeling that you shouldn't be up there.
We don't need... I don't know, gut feeling.
The phrase gut feeling originates from the idea that emotions and intuition are felt in the stomach or gut. It's believed to have roots in ancient Greek and Roman philosophy, where the gut was considered the center of emotions and instincts. Later, during the Enlightenment era, thinkers like René Descartes proposed the mind-body dualism, which separated rational thought from bodily sensations. Despite this, the notion of gut feeling persisted in everyday language, reflecting the idea that intuition and instinct often guide decision-making.
I'd rather have them 3 sheets to the wind on occasion than have a mutiny on my hands.
3 sheets to the wind, man.
Hell, he's 3 sheets to the wind.
The phrase 3 sheets to the wind originated from nautical terminology. In sailing, sheets refer to ropes or chains that control the sails. When these sheets are loose or not secured properly, the sails flap in the wind, causing the ship to sway unpredictably, much like a drunk person staggering. So, 3 sheets in the wind implies someone who is very intoxicated, stumbling around like a ship with 3 loose sails.
But I'm stinking rich.
Wow, he went from stinking rich to just plain stinking.
I get stinking rich selling it.
The phrase stinking rich has its origins in the early 20th century. It likely originated from the association of wealth with unpleasant smells due to the use of chemicals or strong perfumes by the wealthy to mask body odors in times when personal hygiene was not as advanced. Over time, it became a colloquial expression to describe someone who is extremely wealthy.
I'm gonna wing it. I'll wing it.
We'll wing it.
We're winging it, Jerry. You always wing.
Wing it is believed to have originated from the theatre world in the early 20th century. Actors who forgot their lines or didn't have enough time to rehearse would improvise by winging it, relying on their instincts and creativity to get through the performance. The phrase suggests taking a spontaneous or improvised approach to a task without much preparation.
Wanted you to hit the ground running.
Oh!
I want him to hit the ground running.
Sounds like you hit the ground running.
The phrase hit the ground running originated in the military and sports contexts. In military training, soldiers are taught to start running as soon as they hit the ground to quickly maneuver or escape danger. In sports, it refers to athletes beginning a race or competition with immediate and vigorous effort. Over time, it has evolved into a metaphor for starting a task or project energetically and efficiently from the very beginning.
Spill the tea, sweetheart.
Maybe she'll spill some tea.
You know us girls, we spill the tea.
Spill the tea is a phrase that originated from African American drag culture in the 1990s. It refers to gossip or sharing juicy information, similar to spilling the beans. The T in the phrase comes from the letter T, which stands for truth. So, when someone spills the tea, they're revealing the truth or sharing insider information.
No, it's just costing a pretty penny.
I mean, that much testing will cost a pretty penny, but...
Probably cost you a pretty penny.
The phrase pretty penny has been around since at least the 16th century, originally used to describe a sum of money that was substantial or considerable. The addition of cost a to pretty penny likely occurred later, in the 18th century, as the phrase evolved to specifically indicate the high cost of an item or expense. It has since become a popular idiom in English-speaking cultures to convey the idea of something being expensive.
There's no point beating around the bush.
Don't beat around the bush, Leonard.
Why beat around the bush?
The phrase beat around the bush dates back to medieval hunting practices. Hunters would literally beat bushes to drive out birds or small game rather than directly confronting them. Over time, the phrase evolved to describe someone who avoids addressing an issue directly or speaks indirectly, much like how the hunters avoided confronting their prey head-on. Today, it's commonly used to describe someone who is being evasive or not getting to the point in a conversation.
I'm sorry, I dropped the ball.
I dropped the ball. I'm sorry.
Mike, you dropped the ball?
The phrase drop the ball originates from sports, particularly American football, where dropping the ball can lead to a loss of possession and potentially cost the team points. Its metaphorical use emerged in the early 20th century, extending beyond sports to signify making a mistake or failing to fulfill a responsibility. It's often used to describe someone who fails to meet expectations or misses an opportunity.
Oh, you're right. I'd be a fish out of water.
You're a fish out of water, lad. Fish out of water!
The phrase fish out of water is believed to have originated from the literal situation of a fish being removed from its natural habitat and placed on land, where it would struggle to survive. Figuratively, it describes someone who feels uncomfortable, out of place, or awkward in a particular situation or environment. It's commonly used to convey the sense of being unfamiliar or unsuited to a given circumstance.